Welcome to Pete and Hannah's Watch List. I'm your host, Pete Mitchell. I'm here with my great co-host, Hannah.
Hello, people.
Hannah, before we begin, let us tell the viewers and the listeners what they should do.
Pretty please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below your feedback on this show. Any thoughts, comments, queries, all that jazz. Let us know.
Hit the notification button and you'll get great content like this one.
That's right.
Including today's episode of What's Next, the show where we help you figure out what to watch next. Tomorrow, it'll be AFI Top 100 10-year revisit, and that is Apocalypse Now.
Yep, and I won't start singing.
And then we will do movie news on Friday this week.
That's right.
And it will be all the great stuff that we normally do. Clickbait, previews, movie news, and we'll do a little bit of it. We interrupt regular programming for Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2.
Yes.
Hannah, we have been apart.
Yeah.
We have been apart for nearly a week.
Yep.
We haven't done any content. We filmed all the content that we had over the weekend.
Do you feel the absence made the heart grow fonder?
It did. It did.
Yeah.
I actually missed you.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Why? I would have made like many comments about Wolf.
Yeah. We, the movies that we're going to talk about today, we'll go into depth.
Yeah, because we haven't talked about them at all.
Have not talked about them all. So what are we going to cover today? We're going to cover Sinners.
Yes.
We're going to cover Drop.
And
then I'm going to talk about Warfare.
Yeah.
Okay? So they're the three movies that we're going to cover today. Mm-hmm. I also saw...
Ooh, yes,
The Correspondent.
Mm-hmm.
That was a true story about an Australian reporter that was taken in Egypt. I also saw Small Things Like These with Cillian Murphy. I also saw The Count of Monte Cristo, the new French version.
Yeah.
I also saw Ghost in the Darkness, a retro screening at Newtown in Sydney.
Ghost in the Darkness, yeah.
Ghost in the Darkness with Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas. So we're just catching up here, people. You know, this is what we do. But yeah, it wasn't the same without seeing with my little buddy and, have our debriefs after the movies and stuff like that.
I know, right?
I'll let you know that I saw Sinners 4 times.
Yeah, I know you would. You know what? When we were apart, I said he's going to see it like 4 times. That's my bet. That's my guess.
I would have seen it 5 times, but I saw Ghost in the Darkness instead.
You made a good choice. Freshen up.
And I saw Sinners twice in IMAX as well.
Yeah.
You just had to. It's just one of those movies.
Yeah.
Before we get on to our reviews, let us do Championship Belt Holder for 2025. For you?
For me, currently speaking, I guess Death of the Unicorn.
Yeah, you said it was Death of the Unicorn last episode. Yep.
It was really hard because I liked all 3 movies I watched that weekend.
That's true. My 2025 Championship Belt Holder is Black Bag.
Yes.
Directed by Steven Soderbergh, starring Kate Blanchett and Steven Soderbergh.
Could there be an Soderbergh?
No, directed by Steven Soderbergh and stars Michael
Fassbender.
Yeah.
And...
I already said Kate Blanchett.
Kate Blanchett.
Yeah, Kate Blanchett. We're
Brosnan.
back. We're back. Competency.
Anyway, yeah.
Competency.
Is it going to be an upset this week? We'll find out.
Let's find out. So let's get on to our today's show. Mm-hmm. And the first movie we're going to review today is Sinners. The elevator pitch. 2 twin brothers make their way from Chicago back to Mississippi in the Delta, and they start a jukebox. But they have to traverse the KKK and also vampires. Wow. This movie is directed by Ryan Coogler, is written by Ryan Coogler, who did Fruitvale Station, did Creed, and did 2 Black Panther movies. It stars Michael B. Jordan. We loved him from the Creed movies. We loved him in Fruitvale Station. We loved him in
Black Panther.
He's coming off directing his own movie in Creed 3.
Yeah.
We also get Haley Steinfeld.
Oh, Legacy.
Yeah.
From Pitch Perfect 2.
Pitch Perfect 2.
Bumblebee.
We get Umi as well from... You know what she's from?
I do know.
She's from Loki.
That's it.
She's from the TNA.
Yes.
And she was also in Lovecraft Country. She was also in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes, because...
She played Peter's love interest in that.
Because she's doing the character for Loki. I love it, though.
So they're the ones that fall in love with the twins?
Yeah, they're the love interests, yes.
And then you also got Delroy Lindo. He's great from Get Shorty, Five the Bloods from Spike Lee. He's just an amazing.
Yeah.
Also, Jamie Lawson. You know what she's from? She's the mayor, Meryl Kanda, in the Batman.
Yo!
She is,
in the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we get Jack O'Connell, who plays the bad in this movie. Omar
Yes.
Miller, who's always funny. He's great as cornbread.
Yep.
You get also Lin Jun Liu. She was the Asian lady out of Babylon.
Oh,
She played
the star.
Yeah. She played
Lesbian.
the choreographer and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then, the new star is Miles Canton, who is a jazz musician,
Yes.
singer,
Very,
first time acting.
very good in this role.
Brilliant,
I'd like to say.
But he's trying to make himself the live action Miles in the Spider-Man.
I can see that. I can see that. And Haley, and does he have a great relationship? I thought that would be okay.
Okay, so this movie was shot in IMAX. It was also shot in Panavision 65mm, so you get that wide scope. The last movie to do that was actually Hateful Eight.
Yeah,
And then you
big
get
fan.
close-ups with actually a Super 8 camera, so you can actually see the texture of the film.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Seeing this on IMAX is well worth it as well. But also seeing on the biggest screen possible, which you get the Panavision, great stuff.
So
this
beautiful.
This
is
Ben-Hur type.
This is stunning. This is what classic cinema was about.
Cinematography is by Autumn Acropo. She did
first.
Black Panther.
Yeah, and she's the first female to use IMAX.
IMAX, yeah. And you know who they
Exclusive
use?
IMAX
A
cinemas,
lot of DNA in this movie. Christopher Nolan, they went there and he said, because it's so loud, the camera, and it's so heavy, you're going to have to use Panavision, you're going to have to use Super 8.
Using different different ones, yes.
Want. But Christopher Nolan's created his own IMAX camera. You actually can
Of course he has.
walk it around with it, and he's going to use that on the Odyssey, just to let you know.
Yeah, of course he has.
Now, music. He was also executive producer.
Ludwig Göransson.
Our man from Tenet and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, no, he pops off
He
recently.
also did Black Panther Wakanda Forever
Didn't
as well.
he? Yes, and a couple others, yes.
There's a bit when Stack and Mary are talking and Ludwig is actually cooking. He's doing like Lethal Weapon style movie song in the background.
Everything in this is so masterfully done.
And then it turns from that to Delroy as Smooth playing the piano. It's just brilliant.
It's brilliant.
The costumes are by Oscar winner Ruth Carter.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah.
twins in this movie are so impeccably dressed. They tell a story.
You know what? And also, I can tell the difference just from the outfits they're wearing.
Yeah.
Because they're both played by Michael B. Jordan. He's playing both the same. So it's like, how can you tell the difference? Well, the costume manages to do that really well.
Okay, reasons to see this movie. Ryan Coogler uses IP and genre in films better than anyone. So he used it as a stalking horse. He did it in Fruitvale Station because he told a story from where he was from in Oakland through a true story. He did it through Creed. He told a story about fathers and sons in Creed. He also did the father and sons in Black Panther. But what was that movie Black Panther really about? It was all about colonization of Africa.
Yes.
That's what it was about. He's using genre. He's using IP in this film,
it's about music and how the music culture was like basically
corrupted by white people.
Corrupted,
but also talking about Jim Crow and the oppression of black people in the South, and it's really told through it's told through a really unique way where one the twins buy a business, buy land, and they're afraid that it's going to get stolen back. Also, the people working on plantations don't actually get paid real money. They get paid play money.
Yes, because
it
becomes...
To use it only in general store. So this is about how they couldn't get money together to buy land, to buy businesses themselves. So this is what Jim Crow was totally about.
Yeah.
And Ryan Coogler uses this. It's just a brilliant way.
He has a lot of themes.
How many times do we actually say we want filmmakers not only to tell a story, but we want them to tell a story about the world and use the vehicles of IP? This time he's using vampires. He's using vampires, and he's using...
Well, not just vampires, he uses the mystical arts, because one of the characters is a witch
this movie
as well.
is? It's a vampire magic musical.
Yeah. Well, yes.
It's a vampire magic musical.
Yes, it is.
How lucky are we? Okay, now, I love in the movies when vampires, when they accuse each other of being vampires when they're not vampires.
I'm the head vampire.
They also talk about the rules. I love in vampire movies when they talk about
this
rules.
one, I do love how very much it's like the whole garlic and holy water, all
when
that
they're
jazz.
trying the garlic out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
good. Okay, reasons not to. Now, when we do these reasons to and reasons not to, these are our opinions why people will like this movie, and our opinion. These are not the opinions that we hold, but this movie is graphic. It has a lot of sex. It has a lot of violence, so it's not for everyone. But personally, I turn to that. I love that because I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, so I love the sex. I love the violence. So it's great.
Whoa.
Hannah.
Whoa.
What do you think?
I particularly love the music and the themes of this movie. A lot of people are relating how much this is like kind of I wouldn't say genre defining, but in a way of like Get Out was like kind of a shock. Like, oh, we're actually getting someone's shaking when it comes to horror and it comes to theming with culture and everything. And this is really interesting to dissect this movie because when you watch it, and if you watch it multiple times, you can dissect different stories and the different reasons why everyone's there. Because this movie slowly builds and is trying to make you almost fall in love with these people and this community, so that when you get to the climactic battles at the end, you are on the edge of your seat.
I'm so invested.
Yeah, you're invested because it starts off with like a day later, so you're kind of unsure of what's happened. But you know the big something bad.
I tell you what I love about this movie: the slow build, and the slow build was so interesting.
Yes,
the two different ways of the brothers handle things, the two journeys they go on. Like normally in these movies, you just want to get to the vampire bit, but this movie actually built such a great story, such a great world, such a great community. The way he had the Asian grocery keepers
that they were the glue, the bridge between two worlds, essentially.
They had the white only side, they had the black only side businesses.
I know
they did both. Like this is what it was like in the 30s in the Deep South. Like he does such a great job in world building. He did it in Creed. He did it in Fruitvale Station. He did it in Black Panther.
Yeah.
He does such a great job here. It's like, how many times do we say we want movies to say something to us? We want movies to have, like, you want to be invested in it. This movie ticks every single box. And it's also entertaining. And it's also got a banger soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like...
there's the scene for me, like, particularly that, like, there was a lot of scenes I loved, but the scene that you're going to probably remember most from this is the scene where it's music from past, present, and future, and it's this beautiful, like, continuous shot going through.
Hannah, that was what I was going to ask. What did you think of the music reaching from across the past and the future generations?
Because it's going to... like... Even
that's
how
a magic element, isn't it?
The idea also of this movie, like it's a huge element to why there is the darkness, the evil coming to attack, was because music can bring all the good and bad to you, and having like I don't know if you know this, but the villain, the vampire, is Irish, and so using Irish folk music as a way, like it's so different and unique.
Really well choreographed, like when they just
apparently he used to do that as a kid.
But not only like the Irish jig, but also when they started playing the banjo and they started like choreographing them, the three of them, like so good. Like Miles Caden, who plays Sammy, who is the son of a preacher, has like just gifts with guitar.
Yeah,
and the whole backstory with that, and how he is magical. He can actually talk to different generations. That's why the vampires are drawn to him, and that's why they want.
Yeah, because there's that one soul that could really redefine everything. And another thing with this movie is that it does have a post-credit scene, so I'd recommend people staying to the end because it has a quite satisfying post-credit scene, like an ending.
Yep.
And the way they do everything in those stories.
A couple more things.
Yeah.
Delroy Lindo and Haley Steinfeld, so funny in this movie.
Steinfeld has broken the culture. Everyone was like, why is she in this movie?
Yeah.
She proves she can be in this movie.
Delroy Lindo, some of the lines, I think the line I like the most from Delroy is when he said, "Oh, I think I shat myself." Like, just the whole cinema just erupted in laughter. It was so funny.
It helps break the tension.
The line delivery was perfect.
Yeah, it was good.
Michael B. Jordan. Now, I always thought Michael B. Jordan, right? I always thought of him as Brad Pitt, right? Of our times.
Oh, yeah.
A real pretty boy and surface level acting.
Yeah, you don't think he gets that.
He has got so much.
He's playing
depth.
two different, and
different.
they felt different.
Just like the little things like,
One of
Stack
them-
would roll Smoke. That's the two names. Stack
Stack
and
and
Smoke.
Smokestack.
Which is
Smokestack.
Smokestack twins. So Smoke would roll Stack's.
Because he can't, he gets the shakes.
He gets the shakes from because they were
in the war.
And also, they were stealing off gangsters in
This
Chicago.
this becomes like
It's a great backstory.
They have
This
like
movie is open for prequels. It's open for sequels. Like Coogler is the best world builder.
But you can end it there.
Coogler now is him, Tarantino, Nolan, Greta Gerwig, Steven Spielberg. You put their name above the movie. It doesn't matter what it is.
I think
you're
people
gonna
go see it. Yeah.
It's just 100%. I think he had that after Black Panther, but this movie, because it's not an IP one, it's his own story.
Yeah.
It delivers. This is a genre pick.
Yeah.
It's a monster pick.
Yeah.
It's also a
using
movie
horror,
magic.
which is what people love to see. I think
Unbelievable. I cannot wait to find out what he's doing next. He's rumoured to be revamping X-Files for TV for Disney, but I cannot wait. I'll be the first one there for his next movie. Him and Greta and Quentin and Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg, anytime they do a movie, you're just there for it. Denny Villeneuve's probably the same now as well after the Doom
we'll see.
things, but unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I think this movie is fantastic. Anything else to add before we give our ratings?
the only thing is that some people will not like the slow build of this movie. I was with people that don't enjoy slow builds.
Yeah.
And they really love the action, and so to them they didn't like it because in the marketing there's vampires, but you don't get the vampires till very further.
Yeah, do you know what?
Oh, and also
I actually enjoy this.
I gotta admit, the funniest thing about this movie is there's a part where there's actual hunters hunting down the vampires.
Love that.
Who just leave and never show up again.
But I want a movie about them.
Because they're like, it's dark now. It's over.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, they only hunt them in the daylight. It's smart. It's smart from them.
It's great.
Love that. I love that.
I gotta say, that's a very funny part of this movie.
One of the really clever things he does is a bit where Delroy Lindo's character, Smooth, he's talking to Sammy and he's also talking to Smoke, and they're in the car and they're just chatting, and then you start hearing like music, and you think it's the car radio, but there's no car radios back then. And then the story changes from music into KKK lynching somebody, and you hear the noises in the background, and it is like you're there, but they don't do flashbacks.
No.
Did you notice in the whole movie they do like little
They're
snippets
graphics, but not like we're not going back in time.
of just what happened on that day. They never go back into time of what was like for them as young kids. What was it like in the war?
You don't need to, I guess, because it's history.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah. The only thing that's it's memoried is the day, because at the end of the movie they remember the day, how good the day was. It is the best movie of the year. It is my championship belt holder.
By far the best
movie.
movie.
It is 100% a watch for me. I would say in the last 5 years, this is my favourite movie of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Since Tenet. This is my favourite movie.
Goodbye, Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
Oh.
I want to hold back on my 5-star rating because I want to watch it a couple more times. I've watched it 4 times.
I don't know if
it is 100% a banger.
It's 100% a banger.
And it's my championship belt holder for this year.
That's perfect.
And it is going to be it is going to be so hard for someone to knock this off. I
I
love
don't
this
think
movie so much.
I don't think they'll knock it off for you until, I can't see a movie. There is some later films you might like, definitely later this year, but I feel like
Delroy Lindo. I think
this one had the
is-
jazz in it.
I think he needs his Oscar for this movie. I think he's great.
Can we give it to the cinematography in this movie? Because I don't think
100%.
anyone else is going to beat the cinematography
it
in this movie.
is so beautiful in this movie.
Sometimes I get distracted.
So you didn't get to see it in IMAX, but when they're talking,
Yes.
and the Lee says,
God, the
"Come on
music
in,
is-
come on in." The screen goes from small to big,
Oh,
and it's IMAX for the battle.
yeah.
It is so beautiful. And then when he's looking out over the delta, he's looking over the plantations, it goes to that really nice wide Panavision.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
yeah.
so beautiful. You
There's-
can almost feel the screen. It is so beautiful.
God,
It's so like it's not bright when it's bright when it's bright, but when it's dark, it's dark.
Yeah.
The
No,
use of
it's-
lighting is beautiful.
it's perfect.
Like it is like
It's hard.
poetry on the
It
screen.
really is hard to fault the movie.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
it doesn't really have any. So, yeah, it's a banger.
What are you gonna give it a banger?
Yeah, of
And
course.
you recommend watch?
Oh,
And is
yeah,
it-
definitely
is it
watch.
Championship belt holder?
I'm gonna give it Championship Bell Holder just
Love it.
because even like I know it's not gonna be mine, but I know for a fact, in reality, if you look at the movies we've had this year, this is
so
the
much
best
better.
one we've
Yeah.
had. It's not even like was it my favorite movie to watch? I don't know, but it definitely is like the best movie
I
I've
could
watched this year.
see
I can't
this
fault
being your
it.
best movie until probably The Materialist, and then maybe
No,
Wicked for Good.
it won't be in the Materialist, but Wicked for Good is like the definite
But,
going to be my
I
thing.
reckon Materialist. I saw that preview again, and
Look.
I think it's
Only if it ends with a happy ending for me and my man. Me with my man.
well. We can recommend Sinners so much, and I hope everyone
Yeah.
goes to
If,
it.
if you are hearing like everyone's like big wow and you're seeing the cinema score and everything, guys, it is
really good.
really good. But there is an option if you don't want to see that. I
Okay.
feel like there is an option if you don't want to see that.
And the movie is
Drop.
Drop.
I
Okay,
think-
so Sinners. Before we get on to Drop, Sinners is a banger for
Banger.
both of us and both championship belt holders so far for 2025.
And a must watch.
And it's a must watch. Let's go to Drop. Drop, the elevator pitch. A mother who is a widow
Goes on
a first date, meeting a photographer first time, and then
Fancy restaurant.
fancy restaurant with a nice
High
view.
upscale restaurant
She starts getting these
Weird.
drop messages.
messages, yep.
She starts denying them. Finally, one answers, and she says,
Play a game. Can you take out your date?
Can you take out your date because I'm going to take out your son if you don't? And then you
Yeah.
got to figure out what it is. This stars Megan Faye. It also stars Brendan Scholar, who was in the Yellowstone.
It ends with us.
He also ends with us.
Yes.
Megan Faye's been White
The bold
Lotus
type. Bold type.
and
yeah.
Bold Type. Yeah, so she's been a TV star. She's pretty good in this. Now,
This-
this is not highbrow cinema.
Okay, no.
This
but
is popcorn.
so this
baby.
is Blumhouse.
Yep.
So if you like a good horror Blumhouse, this might be Blumhouse's best work they've ever produced.
Oh,
For sure.
wow.
So the only contentions you could be like if you loved Invisible Man, if you loved FNAF.
Yeah.
Well, FNAF is on a different scale. But this film,
Are you saying this is better than Happy Death Day?
I've not seen them, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
In a sense that
It's got a great premise to this movie.
So, great premise, which is actually, if you research a little bit, like the people that made it, like something similar happened to someone and they made it into a movie. Very interesting. But I thought the movie was going to use like humor and like something to break the tension constantly, because that's what happens in a lot of these like thriller, suspense kind of movies. Like who is the mystery guy making her do all this stuff, And no, this film constantly is putting pressure on you the entire time you're watching it, making you question everyone in that room. You don't know if it's the bartender or if it's the waiter or if it's the guy on his phone constantly, if it's some weird old guy, if it's the young kids across the table. Like, you don't know who it is. You're trying to figure out why out of everyone it has to be her date that she has to take out, or why they targeted her in the first place.
Yep.
And the movie constantly is just giving you, feeding little information all the time. And the most scary thing about it is the secondhand embarrassment you feel at the start of this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's doing first date jitters things, and then she's doing weird stuff, and then you're like, please stop. But, yeah, I think lowbrow cinema,
Definitely
excellently executed, like, directing-wise, even.
Yeah, so this is directed by Christopher Landon, who did, like, Truth or Dare, who did, like, Fantasy Island, you know, like,
so
Happy Death Day to You, all that stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
it was so weirdly, like, almost, like, shot like a really excellent thriller.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, this is an old school thriller. This is, you know...
This is what you would...
like, it's definitely takeoff of Alfred Hitchcock. It's Hitchcock.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, like
cool.
Hitchcock would have done something completely the same.
So the person who wrote this movie actually wrote Fantasy Island and also wrote Truth or Dare. Gillian Jacobs.
Yeah.
So these are like Blumhouse people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great premise for a film. The bad guy's pretty predictable, but
The bad guy's pretty predictable, but
don't worry about that stuff. This is a really good popcorn movie.
Yes, and
Great
I
movie as
love...
well.
Yes, and I love... I thought I didn't love the cheesy, like, happy ending kind of thing this had, but it feels the right way to go because the movie was constantly putting you under pressure.
That was so cheesy. The ending is
So cheesy, but it works in the sense that you've just... Because from the moment this movie starts, you're like, what the... I generally thought this was going to be like, oh, I'm going on my first date, because that's how the trailer goes. Yeah. And I was like surprised that no, it was constantly like, no, this is serious. This is a serious situation.
Brandon Sklar, like he's...
I didn't love him, gonna be honest, in It Ends With Us.
But
in this movie...
a future star.
Yeah, he charmed the pants off
I wouldn't
in
be
this
surprised.
movie.
I wouldn't be surprised.
People love that kind of rugged guy.
He becomes the new Batman.
Yeah. Oh, well, he has been in talks.
I'm telling you.
I wouldn't say talks, but in the sense that people are fan casting him.
I'm telling you, he's a
You can see him because he's young and he's got a good build and
There's
and
so
stuff.
many fan edits of that 1923 show, the Harrison Ford. He's like he plays like a major part in that.
Yeah.
And he
gives
great in that.
rugged.
Yeah, he's so good.
Rugged cowboy.
Okay, what are you going to give this one? This is a watch. It's 100% a watch.
100% a watch. I'm going to give it a golf clap.
Ooh, okay.
I think it's a golf clap because, in a sense, that Blumhouse, right? They're like, I played on my phones mostly, and I'm saying this is high class Blumhouse. In a sense, think about it.
You know what? I think it's the premise that gets you to golf clap. It's a great premise.
It's a great premise, right?
And
but also the movie,
been there first day.
The movie works.
Yeah.
Like really, like it. Like you're saying, like it's predictable, but it works.
Oh, no, I think it's predictable in a good way. No,
Yeah.
no, I think it... No.
Because,
sometimes when you
the
have these
movie-
movies and you predict who it is, you go, oh, no, it's a bit of a letdown. But this movie
They
works.
misdirect you so much in this movie to try and fool you all
Sure.
the time. You're just like, I'm a genius. I don't need to... No, but the movie... I predicted it well, but it doesn't matter that you predict it because the movie constantly is feeding you different
watched
things.
it with you, I would have tapped you on the shoulder and I told you it was that guy. So
I know, because
That's what I
you're
do.
Mr. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Okay,
Anyway.
Drop is a watch and
Yeah.
it is a golf club.
I think it's a
from
golf club.
Pete and
I
Hans
just
Watches.
think, guys,
Okay.
if you don't like slow thrillers and you're like, I need constant attention right now, there you go.
Story of your life. Hannah, the next movie we're going to talk about is Warfare. Warfare, the elevator pitch.
Yeah, tell me about it.
A group of soldiers go on a reconnaissance mission and they get ambushed and they have to get rescued.
Was this based
This
on...
takes over 12 hours. It's based on a true story. The director, Ray Mendoza, actually, it was his life. And he's telling this story for Elliot. Elliot can't remember this, and so he wants Elliot to know that this is what everyone did to save his life and what there was.
Like Saving
There's a
Private Ryan.
build-up of this movie. So this is co-directed by Ray Mendoza and Alex Garland. They met on the set of Civil War.
Yep.
One of my favourite movies of last year.
Of course, I know.
Alex Garland, love him. Writer of 28 Days. 28 Days Later.
And the
28 Years Later.
And then, the new
which
one.
is going to come out soon. He also wrote... what was that movie he wrote?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Men. He wrote Men, which I wasn't a fan of.
Men, yes.
But
people,
I'm a big fan of the 28 Days Later, and I'm a huge fan of Civil War. Love that movie, right? Also, Ex Machina, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Great guy.
The Garland.
But he reckons he's not going to direct any movies after this one. Like he wasn't going to direct after Civil War, but this guy talked him into it. He helped him out. He did sort of one
I
half
think-
of the movie. Ray did the acting sort of bit. Alex Garland wants to go more into writing stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
I
he's
think he
written for
knows
Danny
where
Boyle.
he.
He just doesn't want to make any more movies. Fair enough. But this movie, the build up of this movie is so good.
This movie stars
It
the
is
internet's boyfriends.
It's so tense to build
Yeah.
up. You know something's going to happen, and then when it happens, it's
God.
just typical war movie.
We're
from
just
there.
in-
But the build up of this movie is so good. It is so good. You have got in this movie Charles Melton, Will
Mm-hmm.
Poulter. You also got DeFeo de Montana, who was in Reservation
Mm-hmm.
Dogs. You got Casmo Jarvis, who was in the Shogun. He played
Yes.
he played the English guy in Shogun.
Yep.
He's amazing as Elliot. You got Joseph Quinn. Who's gonna
Yes.
be in,
Yes. Fantastic Four, and he was in.
He gets into
Gladiator
this movie
too.
and he scream. It's shaky. It's shaky.
He does give scaredy boy though.
I'll tell you what it does do. Also, Gandolfini's in this movie.
Kid.
Kit
Kit.
O'Connor, who
Yeah.
was the voice of Wild Robot.
Yes.
Your boy Noah Centineo is in this movie as well.
Yeah.
So it brings back gunfire. This movie, you know,
Yeah.
with like loud gunfire.
yeah.
it brings that back. I would suggest people go see this movie on the biggest screen possible because it's one of those movies. It's well shot. It is well put
Yeah.
together because Ray was actually there. He knows how to do war films. To be honest, this is a boys' movie.
Is it though?
Yeah, it is.
It stars the internet's
it can-
boyfriends.
It can star all the internet boyfriends, but I've watched war movies all my life. This does not glorify a movie.
Does it give Black Hawk Down? Because like kind of like you're stuck in that thing.
Hannah,
Yeah.
that's my note. This is this generation's Black Hawk Down.
I thought so.
It's all the who's who of actors.
That's what I'm saying.
In 10, 20 years' time, you can say, I know that guy from this movie. I know that guy from this movie. I know that guy from this.
Yep.
You can just see the tree from this movie.
Yeah.
And they're all fantastic. Will Poulter is very good in this movie.
I know he's very good in everything.
The way
Where the Millers?
he plays shell shocked in this movie, unbelievably so.
He does have that face.
Warfare is currently in cinemas now. You can actually get it in IMAX as well, so I can highly recommend that. For me, it's a boy watch, and it is a golf club.
It's a boylet.
That is it for the 3 movies that we're going to talk about today. Stick around for reviews of all the other movies that I got a chance to see when I was away. And tomorrow we're going to be doing AFI Top 100 Apocalypse Now,
Ooh.
speaking of a war movie.
Wow.
Huge. And then we'll do movie news on Friday where we'll preview some good movies next week. The Accountant. And also, there's like a Till Death movie, like a 24-hour death movie. Until Dawn or something like that.
Oh, Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Yes, it's based off a popular video game. Yes.
Popular?
Oh yeah, it starred Rami Malek in the
No,
original.
Popular video game? Popular? Popular as Minecraft?
No, not as popular as Minecraft.
Wow. Huge. That is it for
There's a
today's show.
difference.
A long episode. Thank you for listening to our episode. Now, next week, we're going to do something, starting something. We're going to do a mailbag episode at the end of every month. So get your mailbags in at
Third episode. Family
Pete
Guy.
and Hannah's or watchlist at gmail.com. We'll read the best ones out. We'll do that once a month, and you get to ask questions. You can ask about my trip. You can ask, did Hannah actually miss me? What did she miss about going to the movies with me? All the great stuff. You can ask all the hard-hitting questions here on Pete and Hannah's Watch
Do
List.
you want to talk about the WrestleMania this weekend?
If you want to talk about wrestling, we have
Or
that
other
covered
TV
too.
shows, or other movies we
Yeah.
watched, or anything.
Anything. You can talk about old movies that you like and, what you want us to review, all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anything in the mailbox. So, that is my lovely co-host, Hannah. Great to see you, Han. Great to catch up.
See
Looking
you too.
forward to doing
Ditto.
some great stuff over the next couple of days
Yep,
and the next
yep,
couple of weeks. Long live cinema. Until we meet again, it's bye for now.
Bye.